Hello everyone, my name is the Storm, and welcome to this project kind of showcase video, I guess. Um, it isn't a game, unfortunately. I'm in the process. Just quick info: I'm in the process of making a game. It should be released around this summer, maybe fall. But yeah, back to the project. So this is a project I've been working on in the past couple of months. So it's basically, as you can already see, it's C++ Paint. This is the GitHub repo. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out. There's a release version. Um, it's an app image. So if you're using Mac or Linux, it should be pretty easy to run it. Unfortunately, I haven't done any other stuff, so if you can also download the project, of course, and run it using I'm I made it on Qt Creator, but you can use, I guess, any other platform you use with C++, for example, Visual Studio or Visual or maybe Cyan. Doesn't really matter. If you import it and run it accordingly, and of course have OpenCV installed with Qt widgets, you should be able to run it. Here, these are a couple of outdated images, and here in the README there are some installation guides, some references, as well as, of course, some commands. They should be pretty simple, and it's basically a drawing application similar to. It's a bit more complicated than Paint, but it also isn't. The idea is to make it similar to something like Photoshop or Krita or GIMP, the popular drawing tools application style. So yeah, let me actually show you the app before going into the code, because I do think it's pretty important to know what it looks like. So yeah, this here is the application. As you might have noticed, it has a warning screen. Of course, it's any other application, and of course, this is how it looks like. So a little bit of explanation. As you can see, you have up here at the top left, you have a menu with some icons, a file where you can create a new, like canvas, new image. We can open images, save as, and exit the application. You have an undo and redo, of course, which is also with the control shortcuts. And down below, although this isn't maybe the best looking, a little bit hard to see, but you have a couple of buttons. So here on the left at the bottom, you can also zoom in and out using the mouse wheel, and and you can do, of course, using the left mouse button. I'm doing 3D as if by default. Of course, here I'll use Control Z to undo some stuff. As you can see, I can also go back. Of course, I can also change the color. So as you can see, when you click the RGB at the bottom right, you get this here color selector, which basically allows you to, here I'll change the color to red, for example. Click OK, and now I'm drawing with the red, right? So, for example, I can make a circle. Maybe let's change it to green, and I can change it to rectangle. Here I'm clicking the other button, and now I can change and do rectangles with it. Yeah, there's also the line, of course. Here here's a little bit of lines. Maybe change the color again, something like, I don't know, cyan. Make a rectangle, anything basically. And this is, of course, as you can see, you can only do in this. So yeah. Here below the menu, you might have noticed there's this untitled thing. This is how the how it's saved to the name of this image reader. For example, if I, for example, now save it, clicking Ctrl S, you might not actually be able to see that. So let's quickly, yep. So yeah, now you can see, let's go back here. I'm clicking Ctrl S, or just basically going here and clicking save. And it opens this here window, which of course I can, I know, here, for example, I'll save it as, I don't know, SS, something like that, save. And as you can see, it is saved as SSPNG. Of course, if I look up more stuff here, this isn't saved because I haven't clicked save yet. For example, I can open another image. Let's go to, I don't know, like something like pictures, and just right here, there's a test I've made. Yep. You can also, one more thing I haven't really mentioned. For example, I'll change the color, and here below there's this brush size, which can be changed. For example, I will, let's say, make it to something like 10. Then I'll click free and I'll draw something big, and I can change it to something like 2, for example. And here you can see I'm drawing really, as you can see, I can really zoom in, do stuff, zoom out. And of course, this isn't the only size you can do. What I mean is, I'll show you just in a second. For example, here, let's open another one. Let's open the one we just did. So I'll show you. As you can see, the other things we didn't save because we didn't click save. But yeah, you can also do bigger pictures, right? Like if you click new, you get this window where you can choose the width and the height. And for example, I don't know why it's 10, but let's say something like 1000 by let's do 600. And click OK, and this is our new thing. This is our new screen. You can draw more, circle, change. It's still in progress. As you can see, it's not the most optimal stuff, but it does work. So yeah. One more thing I haven't really implemented, shift control, where you, for example, if you click shift, the wine stays like at not only 90 degrees and stuff like that, which is common in a lot of applications. But yeah, and of course you can still save this and it will still work. So yeah, actually let's do that. We'll do that right now. There are some bugs here and there, but the application overall works. And yeah, there's some things I have to clear and maybe remake, but overall it works and it's pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, let's go back to let me show you actually a little bit of the code of the project. I won't go through everything, but I just want to show you a couple of stuff here and there, just so you can kind of imagine how it works overall. So yeah, so the main idea here is the main CPP file, of course. Those of you who have programmed on C++ might find this pretty familiar. It's nothing much. Code a couple of stuff using some namespaces, and here's the main this here and all of the stuff at the beginning. This is stuff used in Qt widgets and Q applications. But so the idea is I will just to expand a couple of stuff here. This here is the warning screen you see at the beginning, which actually I'm gonna show you how it looks like. This 4, so yeah, this is how the warning screen looks like. It's a dynamic one, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, and basically after this was everything. The have a progress bar, it works and stuff, and then later on we wrote the window. the main simple window, which is basically our application that I just showed you with all the buttons and stuff. And yeah, that's about it. This is the main. It's pretty simple. So into the how to say the screen, the application window. Let me show you also a little bit. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of setup. I don't think I won't go through everything. You can, as I said, check it in the GitHub repo. I guess if you have any comments or suggestions, you can have them in the comments. Also, but the main idea is this. So basically, I think it's best to expand the drawing. I think it's best to come to here this canvas I have. And actually the canvas they have this canvas class, which basically, as you can see, has a width and a height, as well as scale, which is the color. And the idea is this. So I'm using CV matrix basically, which allows me, which can be of course in any form, from rectangle, square, matrices, but you get what I mean. And the idea is we use this matrix to draw on it. We draw on the matrix represented on the screen, and when you click save, we use the built-in OpenCV functions and overall the OpenCV methods to save, draw, and also open image, which is pretty helpful because although I haven't implemented it, I also have filters that will allow you to blur or make contrast images or change them like more complex software does. Yeah, with that aside, as you can see, we have images, draw images, base image. So to explain it simply, the idea is this. The base image is used for when you go when you use the do and the undo and redo button, you know, or because when you undo something, we after drawing each thing, each line, each pixel, we save them in a stack in a way here. In this add to history, we add them here to history, and when you click undo, we add this, what we've just drawn, we add it to the future stack and remove it from the history stack and redraw everything that just happened in the history. And for the redo, we remove the latest element from the future and add it, of course, to the history and just draw the last element. And how the drawing works is actually not that hard. Yeah, so the main idea is actually, I can show you also the brush I have made, which is another class that has just coordinates of the mouse. It can copy itself, and of course, here you have a color, you have a size, the type of line you'll be using. I'm using certain ones, but this here can be used for like maybe more complex type of brushes in the future, and of course the point where the mouse is. And the idea is we use this as a way to save what we do, what color use, everything, and we use this to draw on the canvas. So yeah, that's the main idea behind. For example, I can show here a couple of the tools. For example, let's use the free drawing tool, which is the simplest one, because you just draw. As you can see, it extends this abstract class, which I don't think I have to go through too much. But the idea is this. As I said, it basically uses the brush, and the idea is you just draw. For example, you're given the image we're drawing on, we're given the X and the Y. That means when you click on the image, we're given the X and the Y. And of course, we save this X and Y, check if we are drawing, because sometimes you can maybe disenable a tool or a brush. And then, for example, here, as we're using free drawing, we draw a line on the draw image from our current mouse position where we currently are. So we're basically making just a point, right? And this can easily be with the color, with the size, with the type of wine. Then we of course add everything, the stack I mentioned earlier for the history, and later we update the mouse position in a way. So this way we can make points one after the other like pixels. And to curly wines, of course you can have, and the same thing is for a wine. A wine is just between a starting point and an ending point, and the rectangle is something similar. These are built-in, really simple built-in OpenCV functions, so you can really easily check the description in the documentations of OpenCV, etc. But yeah, overall it works pretty nicely. It's not the most optimal thing, but it works, and in my opinion, it has a lot of potential. Honestly, it does have a lot of potential. So I do hope you guys maybe check it out, work on it. If you have any pull requests or suggestions, you can always again write a comment or just try to pull it and work on it as well. So yeah, that's about this project, guys. Thanks for watching and also listening, and like and subscribe, and yeah, have a nice day, guys. Bye.